Time for rock news on 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 101.1 WJRR.
All right, rock news is brought to you this morning by Fairwinds Credit Union. All right. We have had a few of you ask what the keyword was this hour for the Rock the Bank $1,000 giveaway. You might have missed that. You still get about a half hour to enter pay.
That's PAY. Enter it at WJRR.com. Remember, if your phone rings next hour, answer it.
We do this hourly, Rock the Bank $1,000 cash giveaways, and would encourage you to enter each hour. All right, let's begin with this story. David Draymond of Disturbed making a statement following a rather ugly incident at this past weekend's Glastonbury Festival in England by British rappers Bob Vilan.
Very disgusting comment.
Led the crowd in chants calling for the death to the Israeli military during their set. Let me read what Draymond had to say. We'll point out, if you didn't know, David Draymond is Jewish. Okay, yeah. He says, I just wanted to speak my mind a little bit about the events of this past weekend. No one should ever use any stage at any festival anywhere in the world to incite hatred and violence against anyone. I think it's disgusting. I think it's irresponsible and contrary to the whole reason people get together at these festivals to begin with. He then went on to say, more importantly, just from a human perspective, what exactly do you really think you're going to achieve here? You know, death to the IDF. Every citizen of the state of Israel has to serve in the military, every citizen. Mm-hmm. So you're saying that the majority of world Jews should die, should be killed? That's what you're saying? Good luck with that. I'm not sure what you want, what you're trying to achieve, other than virtue signaling and instant fame that this selling of Jew hatred has seemed to gift everyone with these days.
Complete piece of garbage is what that rapper was.
Two of them. Bob Vilan is the name of the duo. Obviously, the big event coming up this weekend is Back to the Beginning, the final performance of the original lineup of Black Sabbath. We will have some passes for you to enjoy the live stream. We'll give those away at the end of the show during Attention Pays. We've got those all week. Jake E. Lee, who was one of Ozzy's guitar players over the years in Ozzy's solo projects, he's going to be there. First off, he'll be one of the artists that'll be there. But in a related or unrelated story, remember he got shot last year in October, him and his dog.
I was going to ask you about that. I thought he's the one that got popped.
Yeah, got shot when he interrupted a couple of thieves who were trying to steal his motorcycle. Those two shooters are going to be sentenced this week to see what they'll end up getting there. The gun that was used was tied to two previous murders, and both suspects are going to be sentenced. So that'll be interesting to see what they end up happening. In the run-up to the Back to the Beginning event, the founding members of Sabbath were awarded the Freedom of the City of Birmingham at a ceremony this past Saturday. The Freedom of the City honor is one of the oldest traditional ceremonies in the country and recognizes people's exceptional service to the city. In the case of Black Sabbath, they're being honored for their significant contributions to the cultural and music identity of Birmingham and their strong association with the city and continued influence as pioneers of heavy metal in both Birmingham and around the world.
Paying the respects that they should.
And speaking of which, an estimated 300,000 people, obviously not all of them going to fit into the stadium for the festival this weekend, but there's about 300,000 people who are going to be in and out of the Birmingham area this weekend, just to be part of the activities that are going on. They're guessing or approximating that about $27 million boost to the local economy as a result of this event.
I'd say at least.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I can't wait. I was looking at the lineup again yesterday. Like, obviously, we've talked about this for a while, but looking at that lineup, I was like, this is going to be awesome.
And I'm not quite sure how the whole thing's going to roll out. I don't know if bands are going to be doing full sets or, a few songs each. And I think each of the bands or artists is going to cover a Sabbath tune. I think that's being determined in advance. But other than that, and exactly how many songs Sabbath ends up playing or Ozzy from his solo years, from what I understand, Ozzy will be in a seated situation because he's got a lot of medical constraints that he's dealing with. He's going to do his best. One more Ozzy-related note for rock news this week. Remember I told you about those Liquid Death cans that were sold, a limited number containing Ozzy's DNA?
Yeah.
Travis Barker from Blink-182 bought one of them. Want to let everyone know that he's in possession of one of those. Good for you, Travis.
Hey, back to Ozzy and sitting down. Totally understood.
Yeah,
Get it.
yeah.
Is he borrowing Grohl's chair?
The throne?
Yeah.
There was talk of that. I don't know. Let's see. Axl Rose used that too, man. Told you about this a while back. Now it's happening. The Scorpions biopic will be due this fall. They announced the actors who will be portraying the members of the band. I've really never heard any of these guys, but again, you know me, I'm not real good with actors' names and faces.
Nah.
But they are looking to have this out this fall as the band celebrates their 60th anniversary as a band. This is kind of random. Sammy Hagar was in Charlotte last week to open another one of his Sammy's Beach Bar and Grill locations. Guess where this one's located?
I don't know.
Concourse D of the Charlotte Douglas International Airport.
That's pretty cool.
The Sammy's Beach Bar and Grill in a landlocked city in an airport concourse. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's go get the Red Rocker Reuben.
Exactly. Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong joined the Sex Pistols with Frank Carter for Anarchy in the UK at the Tons of Rock Festival in Oslo, Norway. You can see video of that on our website if you didn't see it yet. And if you haven't spotted the new Walmart commercial, they're utilizing the Who's Who Are You for a new promotion that they're doing.
Okay. You know, with that Green Day news with Billy Joe, it would have been cool if he just stayed in the UK.
Saxon,
much hate as he spews over here.
Saxon singer Biff Byford undergoing an emergency procedure. The band having to suddenly cancel all 10 of their summer shows, many of which were festival appearances. Biff has had numerous issues with heart-related stuff and has had some past procedures. They haven't spelled out exactly what's going on here, but they said this is an emergency situation. So all of Saxon's activities have been canceled at this point. And one more interesting thing to share here, AI hater.
Yes, you called?
Taco Bob. There is what appears to be an AI-generated band that already is getting 500,000 monthly streams for several albums that they've put out over the course of 2 weeks. The band is called The Velvet Sundown. 2 full-length records in a single month, with a third on the way this month. This rapid rise would be impressive on any level, right? What's going on here? Well, if you look into this, The Velvet Sundown, you'll see it appears to be like a regular, psychedelic, hippie, feel-good, folk type thing. It appears to all be AI generated. There is no kind of social or any kind of legit path of any of these guys who are named as members of the band. You can't find any information about any of them.
I'm telling you,
it's
bad news.
It's what it's got to now in music.
All these bands that grit it out night in, night out in a crappy club, and then work their way up to be great.
If you can't make it, fake it, man.
And then this comes out. Shame on you.
Are you disgusted, Taco?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
tell
over
them.
it now. That's all right.
All right, just making sure. There's your rock news for this week.
Orlando's Rock. WJRR.
Orlando's rock station. JRR.